want to have a little chat with Jason Cundy, because a big moment for Arsenal today. Bukayo Saka signed a new 4-year contract, I think, 300 grand a week. He's 21 years of age, Jace. It's an awful lot of money.
It's an awful lot of money, but you get an awful lot of player, aren't you? 21. They cannot let him go. He has been outstanding last 2 years. He's now in Arsenal's best side. I think he's in England's best side. And when you're in a position like that of strength, that he clearly is, they've almost got no real option, Arsenal. I mean, it seems a huge salary for someone so young. But he's had, a brilliant season. 14
he's a £100 million player, isn't he?
Well, there you go. So if you're a £100 million player, you're going to want £100 million players worth of wages. And that's where it is. And that's where football's been heading in for quite some time.
Yeah. Because if you wanted to buy him now, if Arsenal were looking to strengthen in that position and they wanted to buy someone of that quality, you're talking Bukayo Saka.
They paid 75 for Pepe, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that didn't work out. And he's better than Pepe. So by those maths, look, the salary is not the Arsenal fare. Don't bother them. It's not their money. All they're happy about is the fact that he has signed and he's going to be their player for the next 4 years. I don't think that was really ever in doubt, to be honest. I don't think he was ever... He seems like a really lovely boy, very down to earth, very humble. I like the way he speaks. Yeah. He seems like a really lovely lad. I reckon he'd be a really good teammate. Seems to laugh. Yeah. He's got that nice attitude about him.
Yeah, of course.
And, he's an Arsenal boy. He's come through the youth team. Why would you not want to keep him?
Do you think, though, at that young age, you've seen players, well, including myself, who've had awful lots of money back in the day. I mean, a big contract for me, I was on 40 grand a week. Yep. And I didn't know what to do with it. It's crazy money, right?
It's big money.
Big money. And, you make mistakes. You think it's going to last forever. Yep. You don't invest well. You go out, you party, you make stupid decisions, get divorced, and that costs you an awful lot of money as well, which you've both done. We've all done. But, is it important for him to make sure he gets the right advice, the right people around him, the right friends, and...
I think that's I think the
any
way,
advice out to
do you know what, Jay?
Speaking from a wise man,
I find it quite amazing, really. You think of the salaries these and these young men, they're still finding their way. They are men, but at 22, 23, 24, you're not really. You're still, as a footballer, they even live in a bigger cocoon than I did, and even you further down the line than you did. Yeah. I think there must be structures in place to look after these players, their welfare. Like I said, he seems like a really grounded young man. Yeah. And I would have thought now that the agents will deal with this, making sure they invest the money in the right areas. I think he'll be fine, mate. I think he'll be absolutely fine. From what I can see, I don't think he's one of those that's going to go off the rails. But it's amazing, really. More footballers don't really go off the rails.
You've seen it recently, though, Jace. You're seeing people who, have been coming out in the media from my generation, really, of players who were, declaring bankruptcy.
Yes, I've seen that.
And seeing them have financial problems. Yeah.
That's really terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. These boys can be earning tens and tens of thousands of pounds a week from pretty much, when they're 19, 20, to go through a career. And a lot of the ones that you're talking about, for successful careers, winning trophies, playing for their country, playing for big clubs, getting bankrupt. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Yeah. It really is. It shouldn't happen. No. I know bad investments can happen, and it would appear that a lot of these boys were caught up in a number of bad investments that a lot of footballers get involved in. Yeah, there was that filming industry where a lot of people lost hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Millions, some of them.
Yeah, some of them. So. Yeah.
What's the biggest
travesty?
The money now is crazy, right? For me, Premier League money now, when I was playing, I was in the era of when there was big money getting knocked about. I earned, my first contract at Tottenham was, 25 grand a week. It's £1 million a year. Yeah, that to me was just astronomical money.
That's astonishing money.
That now is championship money.
Yes, it is. These boys in the championship earn, some of them earn big. But you think about going down to Wrexham. Some of the boys there earn big money.
Yeah, no.
It's that I think it's a sound investment from Arsenal's point of view. It's a lot of money, yes, but if he wasn't worth it, you'd like to think that Arsenal wouldn't give it to him. But clearly, he's worth. The issue that will be there, Odegaard now will be looking there, going, "Okay, I've seen what you're doing there. I'm the skipper of this team here. We've had a fabulous season. I'd like a new improved
offer.
Yeah, and so that's where it might be. But
my only advice to Bukayo Saka, and he probably doesn't need it, and I'm hope that he's got the right people around him, is it doesn't last forever, and don't think it's going to last forever.
No.
Invest it wisely. Don't spend it on stupid materialistic things.
Yeah. Well, that sort of money, it's almost feels impossible to lose that sort of money. But some of these players have done it in the past, mate. Some of these players have done it in the past. But he's top drawer. A big fan.
When you first got a decent contract, what was the first thing you bought?
I don't know. I think I bought a house. Bought a flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was.
No, come on.
Yeah.
There must have been something that you bought. Like you was like, I really want this. And when I get my first big deal.
No, there wasn't something. I bought a flat.
Oh, come on.
I did. I bought a flat.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, all right. That's standard, right? That's standard. But was there not something like where you go, I really wanted that? Like growing up, I really want that and I'm going to get it.
Not really. No.
What was your first car?
Ex-wife got hold of it.
I see Lizzie the other day. She's got a beautiful Louis Vuitton bag.
No, Jay, don't. Yeah.
We were sat at the bar the other day. We was having a drink.
We get on well now.
We get on well. Yeah. And I've known Lizzie for years. Yeah. And she's lovely. And it was so funny because you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to talk about it.
Can we go on a break?
She's standing there. We're having a drink before we've come and have the show. She's got a lovely Louis Vuitton bag, and she put it down next to me. And she said, "Can you watch that quickly? I've got to run to the toilet." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." As he's walked off, Cundy's come and sit down. I said, "God, it's your bag there, mate. It must have cost a couple of grand."
Don't. It's fine. Let's move on. Don't want to talk about money. She's a good. It's fine.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.